It's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome to another Friday free play. I've been gone for a while, and so it's super exciting to be back, and it took me a little time to get into the rolling of things and sorting everything out, but I want to start out by, we're going to do how to make snow on your handmade cards. We're going to start by making some DIY, like molding paste, some people call it. It also could be used as like a gesso to go on your canvases and stuff like that. But I just want to show you how to do this because it's real simple. You just need a little bit of glue or Mod Podge. In my case, I have Mod Podge. Some baby powder, or other people that are like really against baby powder, you can totally use cornstarch or whatever else it is that you like to use. And then a little bit of acrylic white paint. You can also tint this any color you want. Hi, Susan. Thanks for being here. I'm just going to make white because I don't have any project that I need it to be any other color. Hi, Christina and Maribeth. So here's the trick to this. It's really super simple. A half a cup of acrylic paint, a half a cup of baby powder, and a quarter a cup of your glue. Okay? And what I wrote down here was 2 parts to 1 part. So you want 1 part of glue and then 2 parts of acrylic paint. So basically what that means is about the baby powder and the acrylic paint, you want about the same amount of each one of these. Doing well, thanks. Hi, Suzette. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump some of this in here. Alright, I'm going to try not to make too much, because you really can make way too much. And then on this side, I'm going to dump in a bunch of paint that looks approximately as much as the powder is. So 2 parts and 2 parts. See what so I've got 2 different piles, but they look similar. And then add a little bit of glue. And the glue you'll want about half as much, 1 part. So I'm just going to dump this in the middle, and that looks good. And if you overdo it on one of them, I don't think it really matters. Hey, so what I'm basically doing is making a gesso, or a what they call a molding paste that you can use to put through stencils or to make snow. In our case, we're making snow. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix this all up. So this could be a white gesso or what's considered a texture paste, whatever you want to use it for. Same basic principle of what's in it. The baby powder gives you the tooth for your canvases, and the paint gives it the color. So I used white because I just want it to be white. You could paint it, or add coloring, acrylic paint of any color that you want. Texture paste, there you go. I'm using baby powder. A lot of people are against that. So go ahead and try cornstarch or whatever you have around the house. I'm going to add a little bit more baby powder because I want mine to be thicker than this. And then I just put it in an airtight container. That's why I have it in this little plastic thing. So depending on what you want to use it for, how thick you need it. I want it kind of thick because I want to put it on my card. We're going to use this later. That's why I thought I would just start out with this while people are coming in. The recipe is basically just 2 parts baby powder and paint to 1 part glue. I think I could have put a lot less paint in, because mine is not very thick. Hey, Linda. Welcome, welcome. I shut this again. So we're doing all different kind of ways that you can make snow. And also somebody asked me in the last video where we did tips and tricks for what was it, icicles and things for on your cards. Somebody asked me if I could incorporate a snowman, and so I have. And I'm going to show you that in a minute as soon as I get done mixing this. Ah, marble dust for gesso. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Where do you get your marble dust from? You purchased that online, and is it expensive? Dee, you made it! Hi, Brenda Gentry. Linda, Sandy, Debbie. Hello, hello. That's good enough. It's going to dry eventually. We're going to be using that just a little bit today. And so if you didn't see the last video that I created with the icicles on it, I'm going to do like a short mini review talking about that for a second. And I thought I moved those a little bit closer to me, but I got to grab them. Okay, so here's what we originally did. And I really thought that the stickles would work well with this. And so we did a couple of different ones. Oh, Amazon, and it's cheap. Thanks, Susan. Hey, Carolyn. River City Creative, welcome. Sherry Covell, hello. So we did one in Stardust. We did one in Crystal. And these are the stickles. Okay, and the Nouveau Silver I used right here. And we found out, and I'm going to show you again, that the stickles crumbles. No matter how careful you are, it just falls apart. Okay, so that was the Stardust stickle. This one's the Crystal stickle. And so it's just it just crumbles. And that shocked me. I really thought that that was going to be the bomb. And then we did one with Nouveau glitter. I'm going to try to just lift it up very carefully, and it's flexible. So check it out. Then you have your little icicles that you can put on your cards. You just use regular glue and put them on. Okay, so that was Nouveau. Now I've got 3 different kinds. I used the silver for that one. You could use this one if you just want a crystal clear one. What do they call this one? White Blizzard. So White Blizzard would give you a clear one. This one is gold, so instead of being a shiny silver like this, obviously it would have a gold tint to it. But it's very sparkly and really fun. And I put that on a card, which, of course, now I'm not sure where the card went. But if you want to see the whole gist of that, you can go back and watch the video that's just before this one. And I wanted to show you that. Someone else asked me then if I could make it into a snowman. Oh, and I have one more to show you too. If you don't have Nouveau drops, this right here, I did another one just for this one, is just regular Aleene's glue. And Elmer glue might work too. I haven't tried it. But Aleene's glue, and then I just put the glitter over the top of it. And that's how that turned out. And you could use whatever kind of glitter you have in your stash, and then all you do is get your finger under there and get that started. And just like the Nouveau drops, the Aleene's glue lifts right up, and then you have some fantastic icicles to put on your card. On windows, on cars, trucks, on the ground, hanging off of a little house, whatever you need to use it for. They're super cute and super fun. And I was asked to do snowmen. So I did one snowman. And then we'll wait for this to... There we go. I did this one with like just little holes in the middle, and I'll show you how I did these. And I haven't peeled these off yet. So I did one regular full snowman right here. And then I had one where I just swirled the glue bottle. So you can see little swirly-doos in there. And I thought that would be really cute. So let's go ahead and try to peel this one off. This again was just Aleene's tacky glue. And then I threw some glitter on top. And then I tapped the glitter off. So we can glue that anywhere. And it's a little crystal snowman. So you can do any shapes and sizes you want. But the fun thing about this is that you can put this anywhere now. Like, I don't have to put the glue on and wait for it to dry. You can make these all ahead of time and then pull out your cards. So I've got a couple of card bases here. So let's say we were working on this card and we wanted to put a snowman on it. We just pick that snowman up and just decide exactly where we want it to go and then glue it down. So you can use these as you're building your card, so you don't have to decide at the end that you want to put a glob of glue on it and some glitter and then you have to sit and wait for it. Do them up ahead of time, right? So that'd be a really, really cool idea. So we've got one regular snowman, one with little holes in it. I don't know, I was getting creative. I don't know what you would use that for. But the color of the paper would shine through it. So right now I just have white, but hold on. We'll get to some other fun stuff. I also want to see if this one, this swirly one, will come off of the wax paper okay. I just want to, I think it will. I guess you just have to really be careful that your swirls touch and that you put enough glue on there that you've got something to grab. But be gentle with it. If you have like not very much of it touching at all, then it's going to be really hard to get off this paper. I've got a couple of them off already, and then I'm just going to get that last one. It's fun. If you're the kind like me who likes to get after everyone after they've been in the sun and peel their skin, this is just really fun. So there's the swirly one. That's my favorite one. You can add eyes and stuff by punching out paper. I desperately tried to find my little red punch that did the little tiny black, little tiny circles so I can make little black eyes and stuff, but I couldn't find it. I should probably save this. And while we have it out, let's go ahead and do, I'll show you how I did a couple of these. Now the Nouveau drops are totally easy to use. So if you're going to make a snowman, you just squeeze them out. Make sure that glue touches. And just draw it on. I'm going to just try to fill the whole darn thing in. The head doesn't look too glittery. I wonder how that one will turn out. But experiment, have fun with them. They're cool. You could even make individual pieces if you want to stack them up later. Okay. So the Nouveau drops are easy because you're just gonna, you can do little decorations for your tree. So I have not used these very much. I'm gonna go ahead and just do some circles. And then I'm gonna show you how I did mine with the Aleene's tacky glue. So these are just gonna be little, check it out, my diamond fell out of off my cap. These are just going to be little round ornaments for a little Christmas tree. I think that'd be fun. But you could use these for just about anything. If you don't have a lot of gems, you can make your own gems. Oh, now it's coming out way better. I haven't used these in a while. I'm going to shake them up quick here. Got a lot of glitter in those first ones. Here we go. Anyway, super fun. I'll have to get a glue stick or something, or I mean a glue dot to get that. That little guy doesn't want to stay on there. Alright, so that's the Nouveau. Totally easy. Make whatever shapes you want. Let dry for several hours. It's going to take a while. Alright. Instead of using my little teeny bottle here with the pointed tip, which you could do if you want to make really intricate things, I used the whole bottle and I just pulled the cap off. And I cut open the top of it just a little bit. Okay, just to get that tip off, but I didn't cut it down really far. And then all I did was literally use the tip of it to swirl it on. So there I'm going to make a little shorty snowman. There's another little shorty snowman. The thicker you make it, obviously, the longer you're going to have to wait for that baby to dry. And then whatever glitter you have at home, doesn't matter what kind it is, just go ahead while this one's still dry, still wet, and then just put your glitter over the top of it. That's all you got to do, and then you just let it sit and dry. And then when it's done, then you can tip off all the extra glitter and keep it, which I did. So I don't run out of the glitter, because that'll last you forever. So I'm going to set these wet ones aside now that you guys know pretty much how to do that on your own. Hey, I've got to clean off my glitter picker upper. I'm just going to wipe it off real quick. I guess I could make a texture paste snow with regular gesso. Yeah, you absolutely could. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm just, for the sake of the video, so I don't have to run to the sink and wait for this, I'm just going to wipe this off with a baby wipe so I can pick up some of this glitter. So I usually just wash it in the sink and rinse it off. And then I dry it on a flour sack towel. Have you ever seen some of these? Or they have something stitched on the end of them. And then you just dry it on there. And then when it's dry, it'll pick up all that extra glitter. And the baby powder. How convenient is that? Okay, so that's nice. So the idea was to make snow. So these are the snowmen. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of these pieces of paper here. And I did some of this in the last video. Oh, I lost my piece of icicle. Hopefully, if I need it later, I can. We did this in the last video, so if you missed that, you can go back and watch it. But we went ahead and took some of the paper and crumpled it. To create like a snow. Okay, and then that went down the side of our paper. And we can do that. Another thing you can use are embossing powders. I'm not going to use embossing powders, but I made a list for you guys. And one of the embossing powders that you can use is called puff powder. If you look up puff powder. I think I have it in the description box below, but I'm not positive. So I'm just going to put that one down. And then you have like a snow hill. And to just add a couple little elements here, I pulled out just a few stamps. You will not find the stamps in the description box. I pulled those out at the last minute. I got home yesterday, so this was kind of a... I had the thoughts in my head, but I didn't have a lot of time to put the whole video together, so I'm just giving you what I got off the fly here. Hey, Tracy, so I'm going to put these guys going down the hill. Obviously, they're off just a little bit because I'll have to put something under there, like some little snow. But if we wanted to add a little snowman in the foreground, we could. We could toss that little guy on there. But if we just wanted to add snow, and you could do this ahead of time, too, if you didn't want to put this right on here. I'm just going to go ahead and put, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do this one. I'm going to go ahead and use this kind of glitter. This one's called Crystal Coarse Glitter by Martha Stewart. And it looks like snow. It looks like little round pieces of snow. I'm going to use this one for this particular one. Yes, puff paint, puff markers. There's puff everything. So I think just to fill in that little gap, I'm going to go ahead and just dot on some of this glue. Kind of fill in the corner. Fill in the gap. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on there. I can always gather this back up at the end too. Just try to get enough to cover that glue. And this, of course, we're going to have to wait for it to dry. go ahead and knock some of that off right away. And you can see it shimmering right there. Super cute. So then you could watercolor the background blue and stuff like that and add to this and color the little children, or just slap a little sentiment on there. It could be as easy or as involved as you want it to be. I had a little stick of that puff paint stuff, but somehow I misplaced it. I can't find it anywhere. And I need a piece of plastic to go underneath my chair. I removed the one that I had because it was made for flat floors. And now I'm having like a doozy of a time trying to get my desk chair to move back and forth. I just really think that is stinking cute. I wish I had the little card to show you that had the little icicles on it. I'm sure it's nearby somewhere. Alright, so that's one way to do, two ways essentially. So we do the same thing with the glue as we do with the texture paste. You can mix a little bit of that texture paste with glitter if you want it in there, or you can put the texture paste down and then add your glitter later on, you know, when it's still wet, and let it dry. Hi, Diane. So it's just all about having fun and just trying to find things that you have in your stash that look like snow, basically. So let's go ahead and wipe this guy down. There's another stamp here that I wanted to kind of throw out there. That's this guy. So you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of stamps and a lot of stuff to create a really fun, fancy looking card. This one is just a couple of snowmen. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I did silver and glitter, and then I wore black and light blue in honor of my dad for his funeral. That's how I ended up with the silver. The flowers were fantastic. One of my mom's friends did them, and they were just gorgeous. And they were white roses and lilies and blue, light blue flowers. Just so pretty. Alright, so I just put those little guys on there. And then we could put like a couple of other little, you know, our little fake snowmen there if we want to. I think I'm going to put these on like a light blue or something so that they stand out a little bit more, which is why I'm kind of waiting. Oh, I just smudged the black. Where's my eraser? There it is. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. I don't want to use a lot. So I'm going to put it down on my mat, and I'm going to add some glitter. I'm going to add some of this glitter. Hi, Ann Pearson. And B, Blueberry Slush, this one's called. And this glitter kind of has a little line to it. They're like little lines instead of circles. I want to see what this one will look like. So you would probably want your texture paste to be a little bit thicker than this, but I'm going to go with this because I have it. I'm going to grab a little knifey thing, a little palette knife. Let's mix in some of this glitter. Like, you can just put the glitter on top like you do with the glue too. There's no need to mix it and make a mess. I just think that this will look really pretty. Wow, New Zealand. Australia, welcome you guys. It seems to just be disappearing in there, doesn't it? I might add a little bit on the top too once we get this all sorted. Be interesting to see what this looks like when it completely dries. I don't play with this stuff very often. And I'm going to put it right here on the edge and just smear it down. Ooh. Very cool stuff. I want to get a little bit more into some mixed media. So if you guys are mixed media fans, stick around. I think we're going to try to get some of that into the new year. All right. Doesn't seem to want to pick that up. We'll give this a chance to dry a little bit and maybe add, I'd really like to save this, but I didn't keep any little, you know what, I got some extra pins here I could dump out of here for now. There's only a few left. So we'll make this my glitter holder. So in case I want to add glitter again, I can just toss it in this baby. Okay. Then I can just wipe this up. I wouldn't recommend leaving this sit. I have a silicone mat, so I don't think it would bother it, but just in case, wipe it off of your utensils and stuff so that it doesn't become a pain in the arse to pull off. Clean up. I'm just going to make sure that this came off the edge and get rid of that. And I got some of that glitter on here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that off with my little doodad here. Alright. I want to see if we can give this a quick little jolt of heat and make it dry a little quicker. Wow, that's, I don't know what happened to my middle finger, but that's nearly dried already. That stuff dries quick. There's a little bit of blue. There it comes. You can see the blue in there and the little flecks. That looks really cool, but if you don't like that, hey Lori, you can go ahead and put whatever you want over the top of it. So like I'm going to try some of this blizzard. I want to see what it looks like. This one's glitter drops white blizzard. And I'm going to throw a bunch on top of here. Not heavy, just a really light coat. Just smear it with my finger. That'll give it more of a sheen. And if you don't like the sheen, you can leave it flat white. But, man, that didn't take any time to dry. Check that out. And I put that on super thin, so this stuff will dry really quick, too. Where did I put my wet wipe? Ah, too far to reach. I got it. Alright, so now you've got, it looks shiny. So if you like the matte look of the original, and if you don't, you can add the Nouveau and it'll become shiny. That's fun to do. And if you have a darker background, like if we were to spray this, you could use your Signo White Uniball gel pen and put little white snow coming down. So I think what I'll do is, since we have some time, I'm going to pull out a piece of paper and my e-brush. I don't use the e-brush near as much as I probably should. I will plug in the glue gun while we're putzing, because the next thing is going to have to... I don't like to leave my glue gun plugged in all the time because I forget about it and stuff. Alright, move this guy over. I got too much stuff on my stands here. So if you missed how to make that DIY gesso / texture paste, go ahead and go back. If you want it really thick, add more baby powder or marble powder or whatever you're using to make it thick. That'll really help. I'm going to pick a blue marker for this. Hey, late chat. Josie's here. Nice to see ya. I didn't mask off those snowmen, so I tried not to get too close. And it got a bit dark. Cindy, hello! And then we're going to go ahead and just add snow using our white gel pen. You could also do this with the embossing powders, like I said, but I'm not going to jump into embossing powders tonight. You could do glitzy snow, whatever you wanted to add. Embossing silver, embossing gold. What else? That powder puff powder. The puff powder I mentioned earlier. I don't have any of it, but it poofs up just like the pens and the markers do. So if you don't want to wait for something to dry, actually it doesn't matter. I think they're all heat activated. Oh wow, that's really hard to see from your end. Did we lose? Uh-oh, my internet's been wonky. Trying to fix something so we can move on, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm still seeing commenting though. This is really odd. It's like just one of my videos streams is not working. So like you can hear me talking and stuff, but yeah, it's working on your end. I'm seeing nothing. All right, well, I can't tell if this is gonna show or not because I can't see what I'm doing. But I made some little snowflakes in here. Maybe I should just sign out and sign back in. Did you guys see me put the snow on or do the e-brush and put in a blue background? I'm gonna take a drink while we figure this out. Yeah, I hear you and see me, but what about the blue background? Because nothing's moving on my camera. No, no, okay.